Oh, we're about to get real here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Stephanie. So obviously, as you guys can tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be doing my 2019 recap. And let me just tell you, I am so glad 2019 is over, because 2019 for me personally was a crap year, and I'm going to tell you exactly why it was a crap year. Sorry, just quickly before this video gets started, I just want to say, if you guys can hear like a lot of noise in the background, we're actually currently having a storm, so sorry I can't really do much about that. I also currently have our fan running because it is hot today, so again, if those noises are annoying you, I'm sorry, but this is the only time I can film. So I've actually watched a couple of these, like my 2019 recap, and I never knew these things existed. I didn't know that people did those things, so I thought I would do my own. Just so you guys know, like, I'm human, like, things don't always go the way they're planned to, and sometimes we have really rough days. In my case, it was pretty much a rough year. But I just want you guys to know that if you are going through something similar, or if you're having some trouble, then I would love for you guys to reach out to me and share your problems, and I would love to help if I can. Obviously I'm not a psychiatrist or a professional or anything like that, but I just want you to know you're not alone, and things will get better. Now, 2019, she chewed us up and she spat us back out again. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown of some of the ups and downs that I had in the year of 2019. And I'm not going to give specific like time frames, because to be honest, a lot of the time frame for me is very blurred. I don't remember what happened in what sequence, so I'm just going to give you guys what I can remember. So the first thing I want to discuss is in the beginning of 2019, so it was around late Feb, early March, I returned back to my studies. For those of you who don't know, I was studying a Masters of Secondary Teaching, which yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, so I went back to intending to finish my degree, because I actually had to take an extra semester because I was having some issues. Now, with my degree, for those of you who don't know, I do suffer with a learning disability. Now, I've mentioned this before in a previous video. I've never actually been formally diagnosed with an official disability, but I've struggled through school since primary school. I was actually supposed to be held back in grade 3, but the teachers convinced my mum that I would be okay, that I would catch up, and that things would just, you know, work themselves out, and they never did. So I have struggled through school my whole life. The fact that I was actually able to complete not only high school, but I also completed a bachelor degree is just a testament to the fact that I'm stubborn. And if you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to prove you wrong, and I'm going to do it anyway. But yeah, so I took an extra semester for this degree because I was having some problems with one of my units that meant that I couldn't pass because I didn't get good enough grades. So I took an extra semester, which, you know, at the time it didn't seem like a big deal. But I'd been struggling with my course for a while, and I had been asking my tutors for assistance in these areas I was having problems with, and they were not very helpful. I'm gonna be honest, like they were not very helpful at all, and I felt like I wasn't getting the support that I needed. They knew I had these issues, and they didn't seem interested in helping me, so I just kept getting further and further behind, and just sinking further and further into this mindset that maybe I wasn't cut out to do this. And I'd been asking people for a while now if I should continue with my degree, or should I maybe go into a different field, because I loved working with kids. I loved being in the classroom with these kids, and I loved helping them, and I loved, you know, teaching them new things. But to be honest, I really did struggle with a lot of the core units of teaching. So I was happy for someone to tell me if they thought maybe I wasn't in the right area, maybe to try somewhere else. But I just kept getting told, no, you'll be fine, you'll pick it up, it'll be fine. So yeah, so I started was supposed to be my final placement for my degree in, I would say, late Feb. It was maybe March, late Feb, March, something like that, at a school. And I was so excited because again, like I said, I was told this would be my last placement, and I was ready to be done with uni. I was so over uni. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was just done. I just wanted to finish so I could say, see you later, don't talk to me again, never want to see you again. But it was made very apparent very quickly that the issues I was suffering with last time that made me have to repeat a semester was still present, and I kept asking for help and asking for help and asking for help and saying, I don't understand, I don't understand, I don't understand, and getting nowhere. I felt like I just needed someone to tell me that, you know, with all this, I just kept thinking, you know, maybe this isn't where I need to be, maybe this is not my path, maybe I need to do something else. And it was actually my mentor on this placement who actually took me aside, and I told him everything, and I said about how I'm struggling and how I was just starting to think that maybe I wasn't cut out for this and that I wasn't good enough. And he was the only person who was actually honest with me and said that he felt I was being strung along, and that it wasn't fair for my lecturers to be promising me that I was going to pass and that I was going to do well and that I was going to finish it, when it was made very apparently clear that I wasn't going to. And that devastated me. That really broke me, because I wanted so badly to finish this course. I wanted so badly to be done with it, that to be told basically to my face that I wasn't good enough to teach, that I wasn't good enough to be a teacher, it really hit home. It really hurt, because I'd felt like this for a while, and to have it finally confirmed just kind of set everything spiraling for me. But I mean, I'm very thankful for my mentor for actually having the courage to tell me the truth and confirming something that I already suspected. But it still hurt. It still hurt really bad. So after being told basically I was not going to graduate, I wasn't going to complete my degree, I wasn't going to become a teacher, I became very depressed. I'm not gonna lie, I did. And I spent probably a good 2 months just really depressed. Didn't want to do anything, didn't want to go out, didn't want to see anybody. I just wanted to stay home and lay in bed and just watch Netflix and just ignore the world basically. For a little bit of time I started to pull myself together and decided that I wasn't going to let this beat me, that I wasn't going to you know, be told that, you know, I'm not good enough, this is not for you. So I decided to actually defer from my course for a time. I think the biggest issue I had was the fact that I never gave myself a break from school. I went straight from all the way through high school, straight into university, did a degree, and then jumped straight into another degree. And I think I burnt myself out. I didn't give myself enough time to relax and to actually like have a break from academics. I just wanted to get through it, be done, and just start having a career. But obviously that was probably the worst thing I could have done. And so for those of you who are maybe curious, I do intend in the future to go back and finish my course at some point. I don't know when that'll be. I'm lucky that with my already completed units, my current credits, that I can actually go back in a couple of years if I really choose to finish the degree, and that won't be a problem. But to be honest, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do right now. I'm just trying to take it day by day. Fast forward into April, I finally got myself a job. I had been unemployed for about 2 years while I was studying my degree, and that was really, really hard, because I'm the kind of person that I like to be working, and I like to be earning my own money, and I like to be self-sufficient as much as I can. So to not have a job for 2 years was really hard, but I finally got a job in April of 2019, which I'm currently still in this job and I really like the job at the moment. But yeah, so I thought things were starting to look up, things were finally getting better, it was going to start improving, and then my grandfather passed away. So my grandfather had been battling diabetes for years, like over 10 years, which is big, because for those of you who don't know, most people who have diabetes don't have that much of a life expectancy unless they are super healthy and look after themselves really well. But since my grandmother passed away, my grandfather didn't really take care of himself very well, and he just got sicker and sicker and sicker until eventually he passed away in August of 2019. And that also hit really hard because he was the only grandparent I had left, and he was the only grandfather I'd ever known. And it just, after everything that I went through at the start of the year with my schooling and everything like that, I felt like I couldn't catch a break. So after my grandfather passed away, I did take some time, not too long, but I did take some time off from everything. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I didn't post as much last year as I wanted to, because obviously there was a lot going on that I didn't really want to talk about at the time, and just I wasn't really sure how to process what was really happening. Kind of just sort of threw myself into my work and just worked as much as I could, and just tried to sort of forget about it all, which, note to self, don't do that. That's not a healthy way to cope with things. Just don't do that. So now through all of that, we get to November, and the last 2 months of 2019 were I don't know what to tell you. So in November, my car broke down on my way to work, and unfortunately I was unable to repair my car, so I didn't have a car anymore, which sucked because my concern was how I was going to get to work. My boyfriend was able to drive me to work for a while, and then I just decided in December, towards the end of December, like coming into the new year, that I was done letting 2019 beat me down, and I was going to say no more, and that I was going to start getting myself in the right headspace mentally and physically, and I just wanted to start fresh. I wanted to start again. I wanted to wipe the slate clean. So I started to really focus on my health, my mental health obviously, as well as my physical health. So I joined a gym. I started eating better again. I started just trying to just bring myself out of this funk that I'd got myself into with everything that had been happening throughout the year. And I just have to say, like, I'm 2 weeks into 2019, and even though I've had some ups and downs already, I'm not going to let myself get down about what's out of my control, because obviously there's a lot of things that happened last year that were not within my control to do anything about. But I just decided that 2020 is going to be the year where I don't focus so much on what I should be doing, where I should be at, because I know a lot of 2019 I was just comparing myself with people that I knew who were my age, who were already owned a house, who were getting married, who maybe already had kids, and I was nowhere near any of that. I'm still nowhere near any of that. But I just decided 2020 is going to be the year that I stop comparing myself to other people, and I just live my life for me. And I have to say, it's very freeing to not care anymore what other people say and what other people think you should be doing and how you should be, because growing up I was always very, I wanted to please everybody. I was very much a people pleaser. I would do anything to make people like me and to, be who they think I should be, which it was so soul crushing. And I just decided no more. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to live my life for me and how I choose to live my life, and that's it. Anyone who isn't happy with that and who isn't willing to put up with that and let me just be myself, well, I'm sorry, but leave yourself back in 2019, because I'm done with that. I'm not putting up with that anymore. So that is it. I'm sorry if this video is all over the place and rambly and just doesn't make sense, but I just had to get this out and get this off my chest so I can begin my new year fresh and just have this weight lifted off my shoulders and just live. So if you stuck to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys did have a great New Year's and a great Christmas, or whatever you celebrate if you don't celebrate Christmas. And I hope for your sake that 2020 is a better year if your 2019 was like mine, and I hope it does improve for you guys. This video, if it did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit the little red subscribe button down in the corner. I'm going to try and post videos at least once a week. Again, I'm not going to make promises because things happen, but I'm going to try and aim for at least once a week. If you have any suggestions on things you'd like to see me do on my channel, please leave them in the comments down below. I do read the comments and I do respond to comments. If there's anything specific you guys like to see in my channel, then please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed and I will see you guys later. Bye.